very much a modern ideology. Why communalism happens? Because on the basis of sectarian strife, people are mobilized for vote, for politics. The nation state is very much based on the idea of one people, one nation. So the communalism was the problem of the modern period. It is a fact that Hindu and Muslims had fights, but that fight was very localized. It was not an all India issue. The Hindu and Muslim fight was never a political issue. So I was giving the example to show that how the colonial administrator, the colonial intellectuals have tried to write history, and they wrote history in such a way that the history is distorted, and we are fighting with each other, our own Hindu and Muslim brothers, in the name, and we blame them, they blame us, but our thinking is perverted, our thinking is destroyed by writings of somebody else. Dear friends, when I am giving this example, do not think that I am putting all the blame of the Britishers. No, I am not putting all the blames of Britishers. It is a fact that when Britishers were ruling over India, they could not continue to rule over India for a long time if our people, both Hindus and Muslims, had not cooperated with the British Empire. So Indians, both Hindus and Muslims, cooperated with the British Empire. They were their native informants, they were their agents. So whatever bad has happened in India, we cannot solely hold them responsible. There were also collaboration on the part of Indians, and we know it after freedom struggle. When the new nation was founded, we were not able to resolve Hindu and Muslim crisis, Hindu and Muslims problem, and that is why we had partition. And the post-colonial state was also not very different from the colonial state. It has been argued by the many historians, and many of the laws that were anti-people, they were continued to be used by the post-colonial state. Friends, I want to give you one example. In 19th century, the Britishers used a law that is called Sedition Law, Article 124A. That law is used against citizens if the government believes that they have done something which is Deshdroh, which is seditious act. We call it Deshdroh ka case, seditious act. So that law was made by Britishers. Now the question is, when India became free, that law should have been scrapped. That law should have been done away with. But why that law is still surviving? The law which was used against the Britishers, against Mahatma Gandhi, against Tilak, the freedom fighters, the same law is being used by our present government against the student leaders, against activists, against anybody who criticizes the government. So much of laws, much of Qanun, much of bad things, anti-people issues which were there in the colonial time, they were also continued by the post-colonial state also. That is why I should never be misunderstood that I am saying that all the problems in India is due to Britishers. I am not giving this argument of divide and rule. The Britishers were here for their own interest, and a large number of upper caste Hindus and upper caste Muslims collaborated with them, and they all collaborated, joined together to exploit the poor and the lower caste people of both Hindus and Muslims. This is the reality. This is the reality. But in India, what is happening? Everything is presented through communal prism. Everything is presented through communal angle, as if that all Hindus are one and all Muslims are one. So I have made a bit deviation from the topic, because I wanted to give some elaboration that how the Edward Said, who is saying that intellectuals have come and intellectuals have distorted the history, how that history is feeding into our thinking, how our consciousness is destroyed. Friends, do you know it? A fair person, जो गोरा आदमी है, is as good as a black person. A black is as good, as beautiful as a white person. But why there is a cream being sold, fair and lovely, fair and handsome? Why? And why we go and buy it? Do you think that your company which is making Fair and Lovely, they take pistol and they put pistol at our head and then say buy it? No, we want to appear fair. From where this consciousness is coming to be fair is very good. We have read some of the biographies of Hindi film stars, and they have said, Bollywood film stars, that how their dark complexion has created problem for them. Mithun Chakravarti, Rekha, they have all suffered. Hema Malini, for example, they have all suffered. That is called distortion. That is called subjugation of our mind. That is called cultural imperialism. So our hatred against Muslim is flowing from the distorted understanding of the history. And that is why the Hindu nationalists, many of them do politics, but many of Hindu nationalists believe that the problem in India is due to Muslims. They believe it. The problem in India is due to Muslims. That is why we have to understand this fact that just to defeat a political party in election, the problem of Islamophobia is not going to be over. It is not going to be over. We have to work on cultural level. We have to tell them that Hindus are as good or as bad as Muslims. We should not make Muslim a very exceptional community. I want to give you one example. The well-known journalist Anil Chamadia, Hindi journalist Anil Chamadia, gives this example very often, and I think it is very important to share with you. He says that what has happened once upon a time, that a Muslim was arrested with a revolver, and at that time, revolver or pistol you could say, and that time that revolver or pistol or maybe the gun was its model name was something like 56 model, something like that, 56. I'm not exactly 56 bore or something like that, I don't know, something like that. So that person was arrested with one pistol. So what was the heading of the newspaper? The heading was 56 pistol ke saath Muslim giraftar. So basically the editor is saying in the story that 56 brand के एक रिवॉल्वर के साथ गिरफ्तार हुआ वो इंसान. That means that 56 bore model, the revolver with 56 bore model was recovered with the person. That is the spirit. But the heading is made in such a way that a reader will say, oh, Muslims has been arrested with 56 guns. With 56 guns. Oh my goodness, what a shameful thing. Oh, they are threat for the security. So this is called. So this is one kind of Islamophobia. If a Hindu is arrested, if a non-Muslim is arrested with a pistol, it is a very small news. But if a Muslim is arrested with the same pistol, it becomes a big news. We have to ask why it is a big news. Why it is a big news? If a non-Muslim is arrested for spying, that person is given bail. But if a student is protesting against a particular law, and that law is very much, that protest is very much democratic, they are booked under draconian law. So this is Islamophobia. This is example of Islamophobia. When you do not consider Muslim to be a normal human being, you try to make them very exotic, very different. You look at suspiciously with them. आप किसी मुसलमान को room किराए पे नहीं देंगे. You will not give that person's room on rent. And it is not me saying. Noted film star Shabana Azmi, whose father Kafi Azmi was well-known poet, फिल्म के बहुत बड़े स्क्रिप्ट राइटर थे, very close to Nehru, and other people, and Javed Akhtar is the husband of Shabana Azmi. They are very big people. They are not like you and me who is visiting the LA of Delhi to find a room. उनके साथ उन्होंने she said publicly that because of the Muslim identity, somebody refused to give him a room. And I know our Muslim friends have suffered this issue. And you know, one of my Muslim friend, his name is Badre. And once he went to take a room the owner, the landlord asked, "What is your name?" He said, "Badri, Badri." That lady and that landlord was not able to hear it properly. He said, "Badri, Badri." He said, "Yeah, Badri. Mera naam Badri hai, Badri." Because he was desperate to take a room. So he wanted to become Badri because of instead of Badre. So this is also some kind of Islamophobic discourse where you feel very negative about your identity. See, you can have beard, you may not have beard, but if you are working in a corporate organization, you think that if I keep a beard, I may lose a job. Why should you lose a job? Your job is given because you do a particular work. If whether you keep a long hair, whether you keep a short hair, that is not the issue of issue of company. So these are all the examples of Islamophobic discourse, and media is basically playing a very important role. So I want to tell you how the Islamophobic discourse works. The first thing about the Islamophobic discourse is that they distort reality. Islamophobic, the central issue, or you could say the challenges, before doing away with or countering Islamophobic discourse, first is that the history has been distorted. And when history has been distorted, we have to correct that history. And see, when I am using correcting the history, I want to give you one qualification. Correcting history doesn't mean that somebody is saying Muslims are bad and we start saying like, no, Muslims are great. Oh, Muslims are great. मुसलमान के साथ तो कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है. ये हिस्ट्री राइटिंग नहीं है. This would be another side, another distortions of the story. If they are saying that Muslims are bad, we should not write that Muslims are good. We should write that Muslims are workers, Muslims are peasants, Muslims are farmers, Muslims are men, Muslims are women, Muslims are divided over community. There is a difference, there is a moment of collaboration. मतलब मुसलमान भी वैसे ही जैसे हर लोग हैं. आप बताइए, अगर हिंदू कम्युनिटीज के अंदर में अगर अमीरी और गरीबी है, तो मुस्लिम्स कम्युनिटी में अमीरी और गरीबी नहीं है? आप बताइए. तो हमें उस गरीबी के बारे में बात करना है. वी हैव टू टॉक अबाउट पॉवर्टी. We have to stand with the lower classes Muslims. We should not write, oh, Muslims are great, and somebody say, oh, Muslims are bad. No, it is not like that. This is also applicable to Dalit writing also. This is also applicable to other marginalized group also, because you are stereotyped. Black is bad, Muslims are bad, Dalits are bad. So the counter is not like, okay, they are good. No, because then you are not presenting the truth. The truth is, when I have to write a story, I have to write, okay, there is a issue. There is a issue of the serious issue of the questions of women. Women have some problem. Women are not treated equally. Let's make some some new. Let's go for social reforms. Okay, in Muslims community there are poor people. They are not given treated well by people. Okay, let's stand with them. Okay, Muslims community do not have many let's say hospitals and colleges. Let's build it. Okay, some of the Muslims religious organizations are let's say being monopolized by a particular upper caste Muslims. Let's critique it. When we have to write history about the Muslims history, we should not glorify it. We should not write it okay, everything in the Muslim period was good. No, when a Muslim ruler is ruling, he will also go and kill people. He will also go and extract money. He will also do something good also. I'm not saying that he will always do bad thing. He will also do good thing because he is a ruler. So a ruler should be studied from the point of view of a ruler. He should not be studied from the point of view of a person from a particular faith. We should not do hero worshipping. अच्छा, तो आपने औरंगजेब की बुराई की, तो हम औरंगजेब की हर चीज की तारीफ करें. ये हिस्ट्री नहीं है. किसी की भी तारीफ नहीं होनी चाहिए. हीरो वर्शिप शुड नेवर बी डन. किसी की हीरो वर्शिप नहीं होनी चाहिए. किसी की भी हीरो वर्शिप नहीं है। कोई भी रूलर है, आपकी कोई अगर पॉलिसी, आपको औरंगजेब के ज़माने में एग्रेरियन पॉलिसी कैसी थी उस पर बात होनी चाहिए, अकबर के ज़माने में एग्रेरियन पॉलिसी कैसी थी उस पर बात होनी चाहिए, शेर शाह सूरी के टाइम में कैसी होनी चाहिए, महाराणा प्रताप के टाइम में कैसी होनी चाहिए, आपको शिवाजी के टाइम में, उसका एक कंपैरिजन होना चाहिए कि किनकी अच्छी थी, किनकी खराब थी, किन्होंने क्या क्या, दलितों की स्थिति उनके साथ क्या थी। ऐसी हिस्ट्री लिखी जानी चाहिए। डिस्टॉर्शन जो हिस्ट्री के साथ हुआ है, उस डिस्टॉर्शन को ठीक करने का मतलब उसको ग्लोरिफिकेशन की जरूरत नहीं है। वी शुड नेवर ग्लोरीफाई द पास्ट, बिकॉज द मोमेंट यू ग्लोरीफाई द पास्ट वी आर डूइंग द सेम मिस्टेक विच द RSS एंड द BJP एंड हिंदू नेशनलिस्ट इज डूइंग। सो द फर्स्ट थिंग इज टू read history, criticize distortion, but never do the same mistake of glorification. The first task. The second task is how to counter Islamophobia is be aware of homogenization. What is homogenization? Homogenization is a sociological concept that means that you try to paint everything with the same color. मतलब दूर से सब कुछ वैसा ही है आपके लिए, सब कुछ है ना, सब कुछ एक ही जैसा है, सब कुछ एक ही जैसा है। जैसे मैं आप बताता हूँ, मैं कहना तो नहीं चाहिए पब्लिकली, मुझे किसी लोगों ने कहा, मेरे कुछ दोस्त ने कहा ये बातें कि सारे सरदार जी लोग एक ही तरह से दिखते हैं। सुन लीजिए, सारे सरदार जी लोग एक ही तरह से दिखते हैं। तो सरदार जी भी कह सकता है कि सारे बिहारी भी एक ही तरह से दिखते हैं और वो सारे बिहारी भात ही खाते हैं। सुन लीजिए मेरी बात, सारे मुसलमान लोग दाढ़ी रखते हैं, सारे हिंदू जो लोग होते हैं पूजा करते हैं। ये सब बातें, इसको बोलते हैं होमोजेनाइजेशन। You consider each and every person to be the same. You are not ready to see the difference. You are not ready to see the complex picture. You think that everybody is like same. Everybody is same. For example, if one person is arrested from, let's say, Old City, or let's say from Jamia Millia Islamia, and you are a shopkeeper, let's say, or if you are a hotel ka malik, you are running a hotel, and you just ask somebody, okay bhai, okay sir, I need a room. Suppose if a person comes to you and if you ask, okay, you need a room, okay, what is your name? My name is, let's say Siraj. Okay, where are you from? Show me your I card. Oh, you are from Jamia? No. There is no room. No. We don't have any room. Okay, sorry sir. The person was about to give the room, but the moment he came to know that he is from Jamia area, he is not willing to give the room. Why? Because he has read the news in the newspaper that one person has been picked up, and that news was communalized by the Hindi media. That news has colored his thinking, and he believes that everybody is like this. This is the situation with the Kashmiri. I can tell you, my friends from Kashmir, they have come. They come to JNU. They come from the Kashmir, and they told me personally that they had difficulty in finding a room. They have difficulty finding a room, and I think it's a shame for this country that it's a secular country, and it is discriminating its own people because they come from a particular region. Can we tolerate it? Can we not give a room to somebody because he's from the Kashmir? So why we don't give it? Because we believe that all Kashmiris are like this. It is not like that. Great poets, great intellectuals. मुझे लगता है मुझसे बिहारियों से ज़्यादा अच्छी अंग्रेजी जो है ना वो कश्मीरी भाई मेरे जानते हैं. I have worked in English newspaper and I have seen English newspapers have many Kashmiris. They write wonderful English. उनका खाना पीना इतना बेहतरीन, इतना अच्छे तरीके से वो बात करते हैं. कुछ बुरे भी होंगे, मैं भी होमोजेनाइज कर रहा हूँ, कुछ बुरे भी होंगे, मगर मैं एक सेंस में आपको कह रहा हूँ कि और मेरे इलाके से फ्रॉम माई स्टेट बिहार, वी हैव बिहार से सेवरल पेंटर्स जो पेंट करते हैं घर में, दे गो टू कश्मीर and they say that Kashmiris, they treat them very well. They give us coffee, they give us kahwa, they give us chai. In jada ka mausam they give rajai and then warm blankets and clothes ki bhai aap apna khayal rakhiye. They give also food. And in my area the same painters, if they come to paint upper caste house, they are not given water in their own in the glass or in the cup of their own. वो अपने ग्लास में नहीं देते हैं. They don't serve water or tea with their own family's cup and glasses because they think that it will become polluted. And I have seen with my own eyes that the Dalit laborer asked water, and my neighbor who is a upper caste Brahmin lady, she refused, and that boy has to go to hand pump. हमारे बिहार में हैंड पंप होता है, हैंड पंप, वी कॉल इट चापाकल. ही हैज टू गो टू चापाकल and he has to drink water like this. So this is the reality.